What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now on the road to 500 subs. Who knows? Maybe we might hit 500 subs by the end of the summer. Only time will tell. Excuse me. But as I've said in previous videos, if this channel does get to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety on the channel that I got from my partners at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, a Dark Magician, a Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Piece of Exodia, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed. The possibilities are out there. However, if this channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes to potentially pull a collector's rare out of the set, much similar to what I pulled out of my Genesis Impact box I opened up last year, which, if you guys have not checked out that video, spoiler, I pulled this beautiful Beat Cop from the Underworld. This thing looks absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Obviously, with all of the new dark-based decks that are going to be coming out into the format, and have already came into the format, this card is definitely going to be coming in quite handy, just because of some of the different plays you can make with this card. So be sure to pick yourself up a few copies off of Troll and Toad or TCG Player, depending on your preference. But as for me, I'm going to be getting my copy graded, but I never really came up with a good opportunity to do so. But with that being said, if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Deck profiles, card discussions, WWE topic videos, or maybe, just maybe, you guys want some premium live event predictions and results. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because more than 80% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys aren't even subscribed at all. And to top it all off, we got to get more women to watch the content as well. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: what are your guys' thoughts on the Dogmatica archetype, and do you guys believe that Dogmatica should get their own structure deck? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, this is going to be a bit of a weird one, because not only are we going to be talking about a new product called Complete File the White Story, but I almost forgot. I completely forgot that Legacy of Destruction had 2 cards left over that I completely forgot to talk about. So I will be talking about those in today's video. So I do humbly apologize for the little slight miscalculation, if you will. But I will be talking about both in today's video. Not sure how I'm gonna title it though, because I'm just not sure how I'm gonna title it. You guys will see once it gets posted. But let's talk about the two new cards that are gonna be in Legacy of Destruction, and they are actually known as the it's actually I guess I guess kind of like dragon support, I guess, if you will. But the first one is called Isa, the Dragoness of Deranged, which, funny enough, looks like this. So it is a 4-star fire dragon with 1500 attack, 0 defense, and the effects read as follows. If this card is special summon, you can place 1 deranged counter on one face-up monster your opponent controls, and it cannot be used as material for your fusion, synchro, exceed, or link summon while it has that counter. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster with a deranged counter, you can destroy that opponent's monster, and if you do, both players take damage equal to its original attack. Also, destroy this card at the end of the battle phase. You can only use each effect once per turn. So basically, it just ensures that that your opponent can't use monsters with counters, with the deranged counter, for anything. It literally is it's kind of like the modern version of the Buster Lock, or the Scythe Lock, if you will, which is pretty cool. Then of course we've got Vito's, the Dragon of Endless, which is a 10-star Dark Pyro fusion with 3000 attack, 1700 defense, and it requires Vito's plus 2 or more level 9 or lower Pyro monsters. So funny enough, I believe Volcanic is one of the main archetypes that can abuse the living shit out of these two cards. But anyway, the effects read as follows: cannot be destroyed by card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target it with monster effects. If this card is fusion summoned, you can destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. When your opponent activates a card or effect on the field as a quick effect, you can send one face-up Ashen card you control to the grave. Destroy that card. You can only use each effect once per turn. So Ashen is like the main archetype that can literally just like abuse the living shit out of these two cards. But ideally, Volcanic Ashen. Think about that. Volcanic Ashen. 2 archetypes in one deck. That's not a bad deal. That is actually not too bad of an idea. But with that being said, that's pretty much it for that. Now let's talk about the complete file, the white story. So what it comes with is it contains 200 cards, which feature 177 ultra rares, which are all reprints, 20 quarter century secret rare reprints, 4 quarter century secret rare reprints with alternate arts, and then a quarter century secret rare of a new card that I'm going to talk about here in just a moment. And it also contains as well, and there's also as well a binder. It also comes with a binder that comes with sleeved pages and 5 inside covers, 9 which are obviously 9 pocket pages, of course. And then it also comes with a special booklet that apparently it says that the 16 full color pages include an introduction to each group that appears in the story, never before seen illustrations, card reference artworks, and reference material from the production materials for the 25th Yu-Gi-Oh card game anniversary special special known as Yu-Gi-Oh card game The Chronicles, which obviously we had seen the trailers, but but this is what the binder looks like, and honestly, it looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. I guess this is what the pages look like, I guess? I don't know. I'm not sure. This is what the pages look like. So, I don't know. But here's also the book as well. I know it's kind of hard to see because it's a bit bright, but yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. Honestly, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting to say the very least. But I can tell you right now, it's kind of expensive. In fact, I want to see something. I want to see something really fast. Let's see. Okay, so I had a feeling. So if you guys live in Japan, it is 29,700 yen. So that's that's a lot. But for us here in the US, it is $191. It literally is almost like is literally $190, so almost $200 just for this product, which is pretty crazy. As far as like the reprints go, we don't really know. We don't really know exactly what what other cards are going to be in here. I'm assuming that we're probably going to be getting like the whole the entire Dogmatica line, maybe a few Albaz cards as well, which is a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see. But we do also have to talk about the new card that is in this product, and it is known as Dogmatic Calamity Alba System. Which, honestly, the artwork looks badass. I gotta admit, the artwork does look badass. But anyway, it's an 8-star Dark Dragon fusion with 4,500 attack, 2,500 defense, and it requires Fallen of Albaz plus 6 monsters in your grave with different names, and it must first be fusion summoned. Okay, this is a bit interesting. Here's the question. How do you fucking use this card? How the fuck are you able to summon this card when you can't use monsters in the graveyard? Is there a card that can do that? Like what? Like what? Maybe the fusion spell for the archetype? I don't know. That's a bit of a weird one. But yeah, basically you need 6 monsters in your graveyard with different names. So that's pretty that's a bit too specific, but if you're able to somehow make it, you're going to have yourself one hell of a house. You're going to have one hell of a powerhouse on your board, because there are 3 effects with this card. The first one reads, this card can attack all opponent's monsters once each. Basically, it's Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, but on an 8-star monster, basically. Second effect reads, you must send 1 card from your extra deck to the grave to declare an attack with this card. Yo. So you're basically locking yourself out of the extra deck by sending cards to your graveyard from the extra deck, which is a bit weird to, especially if you want to conduct your battle phase. It's weird, but but hey, that's how it goes. The third effect reads once per turn, if you control this fusion summon monster and have 6 or more fusion monsters in your graveyard with different names that mention Fallen of Albaz as material, you can send all cards in both players' extra decks to the graveyard. Basically, this ensures that your opponent won't be able to do anything with their extra deck, and the only way that they could do something with their extra deck is if they had like double, like, is if they had like triple pot of avarice or something like that. Which, to be fair, nobody plays triple pot of avarice in 2024. odds are if you're playing pot of avarice, odds are you're only running at least two at the most. So this is a bit of a weird one, but it is it is a house, because it forces your opponent to literally use cards like Effect Veiler and also Imperm on this card, so they won't be able to do a damn thing. But even if they did use a card like Veiler or Imperm, guess what? Excuse me. Guess what? With this card, you basically get to bypass the second effect, and you can just attack freely without having to send cards from your extra deck to your graveyard. So in a way, with this card, it's basically a double-edged sword. You know, it's like you want to negate this card with Imperm and fucking Veiler or Skill Drain or whatever, but at the same time, you don't want to get hit in the face with 4500 attack. So again, it's a double-edged sword. So it's that's what makes this card absolutely nuts. So if your opponent were to play Skill Drain, and this card's effects get negated, they basically have themselves a 4500 beat stick that can just attack over everything that you have at your disposal, and you pretty much just lose right then and there. So my thoughts on this product, I think it's a great product. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome that Konami is doing something different with all of these different archetypes. I know that we've had products like what was it? The Legendary Decks set. I know we had Yugi's Legendary Decks, Legendary Decks 2, Legendary Dragon Decks, and Legendary Hero Decks. Trying to think of what else do we have. Products like Dual Overload, which was a bit of a weird one. You know, so it's awesome that Konami is doing something different. But this is definitely one that a lot of people are gonna want to get their hands on, mainly because of the fact that if this product does indeed give us the reprints that we've been wanting for quite some time, then it'll make it not cheaper, but more easier, basically a lot more simpler for players to get their hands on the entire archetype, and they can literally build a competitive deck using the cards from this product, which is pretty cool. So I can definitely see Albaz, Dogmatica, that strategy. I can totally seeing it make its way back into into the format, but we will have to wait and see. But with that being said, guys, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.